Hello, I'm gonna teach you how to play unlimitedly color blocks. Color blocks is a method that I created based on analyzing what I play on the piano for 10 years or longer, and it all came down to this. And this is a pattern that I use all the time. And if you play it continuously, it sounds like this. So you can play this in one day, and if you combine it with different starting positions, you can create a song. You can learn this in one day, is what I said. So what you do is you put your pinky finger on the C, index finger on the G, thumb on the C, one octave higher, index finger on the G, thumb moves a little bit to the right on the E, back to the index finger on the G, thumb on the C. And then one more is the index finger on the G. That's it. If we move our hand a little bit to the left, let's do 2 keys to the left. You create a different chord. But color blocks are made with the intention to, so you don't have to read notes, you don't have to know anything about chords, you just listen or you just play C red, G red, E yellow, F purple. That's kind of how it works. And to play unlimitedly, you can combine all these colors and letters and basically create your own songs. That's the cool thing about it. So let's come up with something random. I have a piece of paper here, and we're going to do, for example, well, we always start from C, so let's try to avoid that. We can start on D. And of course I'm cheating a little bit because I know kind of what sounds correct or what sounds good. Let's do G next. And then C. And then A. Okay, so D, G, C, A. Let's go. I made a mistake. But it sounded also good actually, F there. But let's stick to A. Let's change the A to F. Let's just check how it sounds. No, it doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound like an ending. Let's do another one. D, F, C, G. It's also a very standard chord progression, I think. So to melt these color blocks together, you can create a melody. And how do we do that? I can explain a lot about stable and unstable notes, but let's try to avoid that in this video, because we're going to just randomize our melody. Let's the only thing that we can use as a something that we can stick to is the starting position. So if we play D red, maybe I didn't explain that this is the red block. So yeah, for future reference, this is the red block. And there are different color blocks like green, and those are just slightly different alternatives that you can use, but we're just sticking to red. Okay, so where was I? We're going to create a melody, and the only thing for now we can stick to is the starting position. So if we play D red, the melody is very safe to say that we can play the D, because it's a stable note. Well, anyway, it is it's the root note. So if the next chord is going to be F, our melody is going to F. And if the next one is C, our melody goes to C also. Then we play G red. So we start with G. Let's do that one more time before we connect the melody with to create a melody, basically. So let's do it one more time. It doesn't really matter if you play this and then the F going up. You can also go down. Typically, it is more beautiful if you pick the closest one, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is what you like. So you listen closely and you develop a taste for what you like and what you don't like. That's where we go to the next chapter, which is creating the melody, or basically make the melody flow. So if we have D and then F, D red and then F, the most simple way to connect this as a melody is to add the note that is in the middle. So we play the D and the F, and then the white key that is in between them is the E. So how do we do that? Rather than explaining it, I think it's best to just show it. Let me do that one more time and a little bit slower. Let's play it with the sustain pedal so it makes a little bit more sense. Again. One more time. Right? So that's a beautiful melody already. The next chord, or the next color block, is C red. And we start the melody on C. So how do we go from F to C? Because that's a super big distance. I don't know, but we're gonna find a way. That sounded pretty okay, right? So with the last two notes that we play from the F red, there and there, we add two notes. Let's start from F red. So what I'm teaching you right now is something that doesn't exist. I can literally make 1 million videos about this and it will be different. That's because we combine these letters and with colors, not colors yet, but the letters D, F, C, G, or you can start from A, and then F, and then C, and then G. Do you get it? Now I go a little bit too much, but the essence is color blocks. And when you see this for the first time, I really need to highlight the fact that you need to start slow. So let's do that. Let's do that real quick. Starting from A red. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Let's do one more before we end the video. What can be a good example? C, E, F, C. Now the second time I ended with G. I think that's beautiful. Let's write it down. C, E, F, C, all red blocks. And then the second time you play C, E, F, G. It reminds me the soundtrack of James Newton Howard, the Harry Potter one from Fantastic Beasts. Fantastic Beasts. Beasts. I forgot how it continues. But anyway, let's play it together. There we go. From C red. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I will do it one more time, and then I will say the note names or the color blocks. C red, E red, F red, C red, C red, E red, F red, G red. And let's add a melody that is completely random. And actually the one that you want to hear is this. And then we finalized our song and our video. So I hope this was really helpful for you. It explains a little bit about the color blocks and a little bit about the starting positions. I didn't mention the other color blocks, but that's fine. You can subscribe and learn about the other color blocks if you like this. So the intention is to, you don't have to read notes. You don't have to learn about chords. You have a piano in the corner of your room maybe, or you always wanted to play the piano. This, I hope can be helpful to start playing piano without looking at a piece of paper with the magnifier to see like, oh, in which note is that line. No, the piano is in front of you. You have a lot of keys. You can press them all at once and discover, experiment what sounds good, what doesn't sound good. I think it's better to discover this yourself rather than that it is on a piece of paper and it already tells you what sounds good. No, you need to discover it in front of the piano using your ear. I had piano lessons, but I really developed my ear by listening to YouTube, playing my favorite soundtracks. And that's how the color block method developed. Not without the help of traditional piano lessons, but yeah, it's an alternative basically to the piano lesson. So I hope this is helpful to you. Let me know what you think. I'm really curious to hear, because I haven't seen other people explaining about color blocks, or of course I came up with the name color blocks, but doing the same patterns. So I'm looking forward to hear your notes. I listen to all feedback. I try to reply to everything, and I think it's important to listen to all the feedback that you have. So I hope to see you in the next one. Let me know if you like it, and have a great day. Bye bye.